Yo, what's up, everybody? Hey, it's Jason, and today we have quite the project on our hands. I recently picked up 4 my neighbor's STI. Sounds pretty sweet, right? Sorry, I was distracted. Every time he pulls in, I just get excited. That turbo and the exhaust he's got just sounds so good. Unfortunately, I get super jealous right now because my Z is in the shop. The starter decided to go, and turns out it wasn't the starter, just the lug that holds it all together crumbled, and they had to crimp on a new lug and replace that, and then they're going to do some other work to the car because the driver's side window doesn't go down, the AC doesn't blow real cold, so, you know, all the standard 30-year-old car things. So, anyways, I digress. You're not here to hear about the Z, you're here to see what I've got planned for the stream. So like I said, I've got 4 Madcatz VS Fight Sticks that I picked up in varying states of repair. Today we're going to disassemble them all and get them ready for easy mods and maybe some new panels. But we're not going to finish anything today because I got to get a bunch of buttons and stuff for them that I don't have in my shed behind me. And by my shed, I mean my parts closet. So, yeah, it's all good. And we're going to look at a couple things specifically on the panel front and what kind of mods and future panels we'll be offering for that chassis. So let's grab the first one. Let's put the overhead cam on, and you guys can see my awesome new mat that I got in the mail today just for the stream. Wrong one. There we go. Yes. Look at this. Brand new mod mat. Yes. Got the sweet Jason's Customs logo on it. Super nice grids and, you know, kind of the bullseye shape here, so the camera always has something to focus on, so that's super nice. It's real thick, and this is the first, and I'm hoping to make some more, not just like this, but I'm going to call them the mod mat, similar to what Gamers Nexus does if you follow them on YouTube, except instead of being computer related, mine's going to be arcade stick related, and I got a bunch of cool stuff already drawn up that I'll be putting on it, so it should be pretty sweet. But first and foremost, that's only part of why you're here. Let's grab our first VS stick. So this is the first thing that I got in the box. This was just the panel, no case. So it also had this JLF that's modified on it that has seen some better days. Most of the stuff has seen better days. But it's got the D2RVGs, you know, standard silent Omron switches here. So, I mean, it's kind of neat, but overall, this thing probably needs a nice upgrade. So I could probably salvage this lever, maybe do an auto V2 or V5 upgrade to it, because the silent switches, they feel like they're pretty good, and they just need to be cleaned up a little bit, so I'll probably do that. So let's go ahead and just pull this all apart while we've got it here. And I'll periodically check chat, so, yikes. I can answer any questions you guys have. No, these are just D2RVGs. They're just silent G switches. Alright, and you guys don't need to see all this. You just care about this down here. There we go. Alright. So, yeah. Let's get these switches off. Holy crap. These fit on nice and tight, don't they? There we go. Yes. Alright, so we got a nice little harness here, which we probably won't use one of mine. And then these switches that are pretty good, so we'll set those aside. This gate definitely needs to be cleaned. It's gross. Most things that I've gotten in Japan are pretty gross, especially if they're sold as lots or you know, very used or, you know, junk, if you will, because it probably came from somebody who didn't take that great a care of it. And that these sticks seem to be no exception. No, the mat is not magnetic. No. It would be pretty neat to make it magnetic, though. Alright, so here's kind of... Let me show you guys this. This is the kind of funk that you deal with. You can see just all the nastiness left on the plate here, so and this plate is definitely bent. So if we're going to use this, we're going to have to take this out and beat it with a hammer and get it flat again. Fortunately, this body we're not going to use. This top hat, you can just see. Let me see if I can zoom in here so y'all can get a better appreciation for this, because it's gross. The top hat is just caked on with dirt, so that's gross. We're gonna have to definitely clean that up. Have I ever used the V152 1 Alpha 5s? I don't know. I have not used them, so I can't tell you. Sorry. All right, so let's go ahead and just take this clip off. Yeah, there we go. Now these are the kind of levers that make the best candidates for auto upgrades, because you know you can clean this shaft off pretty well. You're not going to reuse this pivot or anything like that. The parts that you are going to reuse, like this top hat, it's pretty easy to clean. So yeah, we're gonna just set all this stuff off to the side here. Gross. And let's see if we can get this plate off. Ugh. Well, we're gonna strip that screw if we're not careful. It looks like someone else has tried to get into this lever before. Let's see. All right. Well, I think, you know, if you guys see Twitch and Twitch chat, I just typed that in. Let me know. Yeah, I don't even know. Yeah, this thing's not even worth salvaging at this point. It's going to be too big of a pain in the butt to get off. Gross. Someone definitely did a number on those screws. But the rest of these parts, you know, save some of these pivots and whatnot. We can probably clean those up and set those off to the side. I definitely want to keep these switches. So let me grab my... I guess I'll just use this. Hold some of these spare parts in. Well, I see some stuff coming in from Twitch, like Nostalgia Ninja came in. That's weird. All right. Set that off up there. All right, and these, yeah, I'm always kind of reluctant to spend any time working on ball tops because, like, this one's scuffed up pretty bad. Makes a loud noise when you drop it on a hardwood floor. And, you know, just to spend, you know, the 30 minutes or so it's going to take to try and polish this up, it's just cheaper to buy a new one. So we're going to probably toss that in the trash. And kind of the same with this shaft cover here. But this E-clip is important, so we'll save that. It's always good to have a spare. And this wiring harness is always good to have a spare, so we'll save that too. Let's see. Yeah, we'll just shove it in here like this. And then these dust washers. That one's actually probably going to be pretty easy to clean, so we'll save that. All right. Now, let's take a closer look at this panel. You can see here we've already got some surface rust that is starting to develop. Oh, there's another chef dust washer. So, and that feels like it's actually pretty deep. So to remedy that, probably need to get some sandpaper out and get some primer to blast that clean or protect it so it doesn't spread. It looks like over here there's browning, might be rust, but it's actually just blow off from the soldering, or excuse me, the welding process, so whatever. And then as we flip it over and we look here, you can tell that they tried to clean this and they didn't do a great job. I don't have anything in here right now to worry about, you know, spraying this down just to see, but it looks like they just, you know, it's, you know, let me just use my shirt. That looks like it'll probably clean up pretty well, actually. So this might actually end up for sale for someone who wants to get rid of the Street Fighter versus Tekken artwork, like in this panel, and swap it for, you know, the Slash Madcatz panel, because I'm not going to reuse these. So I may just clearance these out for like 10 or 15 bucks plus shipping or something. I don't know. We'll see. But we're going to set that aside because now I want to show you guys this. This is a Madcatz Fight Stick Pro panel. And this came off a stick that looked like it was actually in pretty good order. But when I pulled this off, I noticed just this super amount of like rust here. And then as you flip it up here, you can see it's like all on the edge and it's creeped over to the top here. So there's definitely a lot of rust. And this isn't even like good patina. This is straight up corrosion. Just metal being chipped away. And like I can actually peel this off here. And this comes from not properly powder coating or coating these panels. There's a reason why I powder coat all my stuff. It's because it creates a nice strong bond on the metal and prevents that oxygen from getting in, which then causes the iron component of the steel to rust. And when you don't do that, this is what happens over time. So yeah, keep that in mind when you're doing your upgrades and where you're buying your panels from. So this is pretty gross. All right. Now, just to show you what it does to the case, here is this is the template that I was working with here for making the Fight Stick Pro replacement panels and just kind of seeing what was in the world of possible here. And you can see all the nice stains from all of the rust on the panel here, up here. I haven't done any cleaning on this stick yet. That's how it showed up. That's what it looked like when I took the panel off. So that's pretty gross. Now, a lot of people were asking if I'm going to do replacement panels for this. I did a poll out of the, I don't know, however many people voted. I can't remember exactly how many people voted. This actually didn't win. The Versus stick did win, so we'll probably do panels for that first. But this one's actually going to be very difficult to do things for, and here's why. Here is a Type N layout here. And if we put the joystick here where it mounts normally, you can see that this comes up over top of this plastic here and here, because like this is where the plastic runs, like right there, and this interferes here and here. So if we wanted to do something with this, we'd actually have to kind of come over something like this, and then, you know, probably end up trimming some of this plastic away and then some of this plastic. And now the problem with trimming this plastic away is if you look right here, that is where the wiring all gets plugged into, so you can't get rid of that unless you want to completely redo all the wiring here. So really the Type N layout gets to be problematic, because even if you come up here and trim the plastic away up at this point, you still have the PCB that protrudes out from here, and you put the Easy Mod, that's going to get in the way as well. So I think the Type N panel will probably not happen. I'll have to do some more messing around with it, because I could probably move the joystick over a little bit, but then I got to worry about this. It's just, this is not great. But the one good thing about this chassis is, let me get this back, see all that nasty corrosion's really, is we can do this, and that is a hitbox layout. So we can convert these fight sticks to hitbox, so that's kind of cool. So we probably most definitely will do hitbox panels for this, and based on the corrosion and nastiness that I saw on that Fight Stick Pro stock panel, we may end up doing some replacement Vuelix panels, but I'm going to have to play with this a little bit more and see about how we want to do this, because I don't think it's going to work, mostly because of, well, hold on. If we could get this, I think everything's going to get in the way, and there's really not a great place to do this so that nothing interferes. It's just they didn't leave us a lot of room here, and that kind of sucks. So yeah. Anyways, okay, so that's one. Here is another Versus that we got. You can see here that it's got some marks, probably from it sitting on a shelf in a garage, with other sticks sitting on top of it. You can see wires sticking out of it. So, and it didn't come with any bolts that hold the panel down, so that's cool. So let's go ahead and just lift this up. And none of the none of the buttons are even plugged in. That's pretty sick. So let's go ahead and just see if we can get these out. Oh my god, these are stuck in there pretty good. There we go. These, you can see just kind of the nastiness that's left behind. And actually, these aren't so bad. I might be able to take these out and clean them or something like that. Maybe we can reuse those. I don't know. God. Yikes. These buttons are really in there tight. Let's go ahead and move the case out of the way so we don't mess that up by accident. See how many of these we can get out, and maybe we can't break any tabs. So far, we're doing pretty good. Yikes. There we go. Yuck. All right. How's the music in the background? Is it good? Is it too loud? Not loud enough? We can move it if we need to. I just hate just how grime Fort keeps these buttons in their place. Yikes. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, nice. Hey, cool. We didn't break a single tab. That's actually really good. This panel, obviously in a lot better condition. No rust down here. This panel on top, let's see if we can just do the shirt thing here. It looks like, with a little bit of elbow grease, we'll probably be able to get that looking pretty decent. It's hard to see, but it's got a bunch of little fine micro scratches on it. Not a huge deal, but you know. Alright, how about that for music? Oh, okay, so that's 2. That's pretty good. Let's go ahead and put this over here. And let's take a look at that case now. Okay, so let me tell you about the Fighting Edge. It requires 2 panels to be properly done. It's got an inner panel and then an upper panel. And the upper panel is the brushed aluminum one. And realistically, unless I make a lot of them, or I make them in China, which I'd prefer not to do because the quality of the panel isn't as good with some of the manufacturers. I don't know that I'm going to do one. I already offer the Korean panel for the HRAP N and the HRAP 4. But just the number of things that we have to manufacture and make for the Fighting Edge makes it a difficult proposition. So, and that mostly comes from just the limited purchases of the Korean panels for the non-wrap in bodies. The wrap ends are selling great, which is awesome. Had a lot of people ask me to make the wrap 4 Korean stick panels, and I've sold maybe 1 or 2. So it's a lot of investment to make new panels. And while I want to support everyone and do as much as I can, it's got to make business sense as well. Because you know, part of keeping the business running is to make sure that we can recoup costs and not going into debt. So that's probably why I won't do one for the Fighting Edge. Okay, so let's get back to this. Okay, so we look here. It looks like... okay, so this one's actually... It's got the nice button connector piece daughter board here. It's got this additional board over here, which I think is common to the Xbox 360 one. So this one actually looks like it's a pretty good shape. these buttons will need to come out, and I think, oh, this has got a headphone jack. Ah, it's got audio on it. That would be interesting. We'll have to investigate that a little bit more. So this one, it's got tape on it. This is that weird Japanese packing tape. I don't know why they use this. So we'll probably have to get in here with some Goo Gone and clean that up. But the insides of it look pretty good. What I'm going to do, again, is take all of this stuff out, leave the stock board here, and then put easy mods in all of these because, yeah, that's what you're supposed to do with the stuff. But it's going to require me to clean this all up first. I guess we can probably just go ahead and take all the electronics out now and set them on the side because there's no reason not to since we know we're going to do what we're going to do. And then you can see here that this bottom panel, nice, doesn't look like there's any rust on it, so that's huge. That's a big win. There's some battle wounds on it, which kind of stinks, but you know, they're plastic, that's going to happen. And if any of you guys need any parts from one of these, you know, I've got 4 or 5 of them, let me know. I'm happy to pull parts from them and let them go for a good price. Because I don't really need, I've got like 7 of these things now. And the only reason I got them is just so I could, you know, do build videos and stuff like that. So if you guys have sticks you're trying to restore and you need some parts, you can just let me know, shoot me an email, talk to me on Twitter or Facebook, whatever, and then we'll see what we can do to help you guys out. So yeah, this panel looks really good. It's nice and, I mean, it's dirty, but there's no rust, so that's good. We'll set that aside because we're definitely going to want to use that. And then we get inside here and we can see, you know, the standard copious amounts of random Loctite, wires, and then, you know, the the build board here. So let's see if we can get all this apart. All right. I didn't charge my electric screwdriver for this, so that kind of stinks. Really taking this whole bottom piece off is necessary to get to these bottom 2 buttons here. You're starting your select because without doing it, it's a huge pain. I did one at Evo in 2016 when I was there. A guy came up and said, hey, this button doesn't work, can you replace it? I said, sure, no problems. Opened up the bottom and then spent 25 minutes trying to wedge my fat hands into this spot to get the buttons out. And I could have saved myself 20 minutes by just taking the entire bottom panel off like I'm doing now, and then we would have been good to go. This should just pop out like so. Voila. Yeah, we'll throw that into the sink and wash that off pretty good. Set that aside. And then we can just disconnect all of this. Come on. Grab the needle nose here. There we go. Just pop these buttons out. Like I said, we're going to just replace all these buttons when we put these things back together because no sense in going through all of this work just to not replace all the buttons. Now this is an interesting detail, and I like this. They have these nice covers here for the PCBs, and they've got like their logo on them. That's a nice touch. Good job, Madcatz. I like that. All right. Let's see if we can get this out. Not with that one, we're not. Oh, here we go, get the other one with a little finer tip. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, so we're taking all of this apart so they can wash all these parts nice and well. Probably in the bathtub. A little detergent, some elbow grease. We'll be good to go. When we put all this back together, it looks nice and clean. If we can maybe get some plastic polish, who knows? We'll see. All right, let's see. I'll get this little guy out too. Headphone jack. The one thing that the Xbox 360 did, the PlayStation 3 didn't. Is the Noir layout great? I like curved layouts, so yeah, I think it's pretty good. And it's different than Vuelix, and a lot of people just don't like Vuelix because it's not super comfortable for them, so you know, that's one thing. So you know, I'm not going to say it's amazing, and I'm not going to say it's terrible either, because it's a lot of personal preference. How about that? Oh my gosh. I'm trying to find a screwdriver that'll fit down here. There we go. You know, ultimately layouts are what makes you most comfortable when you're playing and what fits for your hands. If you got real small hands, like one of my customers, they don't like 30mm buttons, and they don't like Vuelix because they can't reach everything. So they had me make them a 24mm layout, and it came out really good. So yeah, wow, there's a lot of wiring in this. Goodness gracious! Oh yeah, look at this. So just disconnect this. This is the wiring that goes from the harness over to the this is probably the Xbox 360. Yeah, this is the Xbox 360 board that has the microprocessor on it. So let's set that aside. Now, since we're going to easy mod these, we don't need any of this stuff, so we're going to just take all this crap out. Yeah. Nasty. And we're saving all these little screws and stuff because you just never know when you might need another one. Or you strip one from another case or something like that. That would be terrible. Alright, normally I would not use my scissors to do this, but I don't have my flush cuts, so we're going to just trim the USB here. Alright, scissors are not meant for cutting wire, don't do that. I didn't want to run off to go and try and find them. So yeah, that's the Xbox 360 board here. That looks like it's the security chip, and that's the microprocessor. Set that off to the side. Ugh, gross in here. And I am going to have to go get my flush cuts because I can't get that zip tie out. Hang on, I'll be right back. Well, that's problematic. I can't find them. Which means I probably put them... Ah, there they are. I hid them. Lame. Alright, there we go. Alright, now to get this part off, we actually have to flip this back over. I thought we had to flip it back over. How did we do this last time? Oh, no, never mind. There's these little screws off to the side here. See if I can get those out. Here we go. That's right. Get those taken out. Yeah, I think screw-ins are pretty nice. I like them. And if you're looking for good buttons and you don't mind paying a little bit extra, I would recommend the Crown/Sanduxa mechanical buttons. They're screw-ins. I sell them on my site. You save 10% when you buy 8. And they're just, they're a great button. I really, really like them. Okay, so here's the door with the USB cable. And unless we take this whole thing off, the cable's stuck in there. So we're just gonna leave that as is, set that off to the side. And let's go ahead and pull this board out because we don't need it. And ugh, get rid of that wire because we don't need that either. Alright, we're going to take all these little screws out to hold the stock board in. Because guess what? We are not going to need this ever again. I'm going to replace this with an easy mod. Call it a day. And then we're going to have multiple multiple console compatibility with this nice chassis. All right, cool. And this should just kind of pop out. Pull this tab here, left. There we go, and left. Come on. There we go. Cool. Alright, and we'll save these little button covers, and then we need to save these little dome switches like this, so we'll just gently pull those out, because we do need to reuse those. Oops, both of them, not just one. No! I broke it. Damn it. I'm gonna have to like super glue it. Shit. Yeah, so you don't want to do that. You see I broke the, probably can't see it, but I broke the leg off of this one. That kind of sucks. But there we go. Awesome. Okay, so that's good. Let's actually save all this stuff, because if we don't put this in our little plastic bin thing over there, we're definitely gonna lose something, and then that would be bad. Bad because this is just a huge pain in the butt. We can't find those, and we need to reuse them. All right. So as we look at the chassis here, we look, and we can definitely fit a hitbox layout there. Perfect, just like so. So that's pretty good. Probably definitely gonna do one of those. And then if we look at the Type N, ho, look at that. We can totally fit that as well. So we are definitely going to be hooking up Type N and hitbox panels for the VS Fight Stick. So that's good. So now we have a nice clear, it's pretty nice. These are like smoked shells, and they're plastic. So you could probably paint them and make them look pretty good with just a good quality plastic paint, spray paint. And I may actually do that. That'll probably irritate a lot of people, but what's the big deal? We might have to do that, which means I'm gonna have to take all this hardware out. I'm gonna have to clean this up, and then buy some plastic primer and all that good stuff, and go from there. But that may be good. So really, I guess the whole point of the stream was to take a look at how we're going to clean these up and restore them. And I'm not going to bore you guys with doing all 6 tonight because, well, frankly, I just don't want to do all 6 tonight. I was more interested in just kind of doing the mod mat and making sure that looked good. But we did get at least one of these apart, and I will show you guys this. Because I know that's really what you want to look at. You can see here you know, here's the template I made to make sure everything works, and it does. And then this will be the basis of using, you know, my panels. Jason, I could have sworn there's some kind of add-on to the Brooks UFB where you convert the 360 PS3 home and turbo panels. Yeah, it's called the TE Easy Mod, and it's available on my website. Yeah, right there. The silver switches, they're not loud. They're quiet, which they're not clicky, so that's kind of nice. Yeah. Yeah, so Casa, here you go. This is what you're looking for right here. This is the TE Easy Mod, available on my website, with or without a brook board. There you go. Boom, just like that. Easy day. So we did this, I was going to do one of these easy mods a number of years ago, and then that I saw the Real Phoenix was doing one over on SRK. He released a limited batch. I said, hey, I'm going to do this. Why don't we save some time? Let's team up together. And he said, sure. He sold me his design. I made a couple changes to make it easy to install, and here you go. Done. So yeah, in any case, here you go. This is gonna be pretty sweet. You got the hitbox layout like that, so we can turn these into hitboxes. That's gonna be pretty nice. And then here we got the type in, which we can do as well. So let's go ahead and see what we can. Let me show you guys this. Come in. There we go. And just peel the brown paper off. This one was disgusting. Because check this out. They put a pad hack in it, and it's like shoved over here into the corner. Ugh, it's terrible. I don't even know what pad's in there. I just haven't pulled it all apart. So look. You can see that the panel that came off this one was rusty, so we have to clean this up. Alright, so we get this and put this panel in place like so. Voila. Like that. Okay, and then you can very clearly see that, you know, type in is going to fit without any issues, like that. So that looks pretty good, you know, like this. And then we got our hitbox here, which can fit, put it center on the stick like so. Boom, just like that. Easy day. Voila. Now not only can we swap out the panels, we can put new plexi, new artwork, and a new layout on all of these. So that's going to be pretty killer. So there you go. And actually, this one, I'm proud to say this is going to go into production starting tomorrow. So we are going to do these panels starting tomorrow, and we'll put them available on the website here shortly. I always test everything before I put it on the website for sale, before I pre-order anything. And I'm pretty open with you guys. I tell you guys what's coming, so you guys can prepare for it, which I think is huge and important. So we're going to get these tested samples out. I know they're going to fit. That's the reason why I laser cut these out of plexi, but I want to just verify that once I get the metal, everything lines up still, we're good to go. And we can you know, go forward with them. And then we'll get them for sale on the website. It's that simple. So, okay, for lighting the TE2, you know, I'm kind of stuck on the LEDs. I have a solution that I want to release, but it's not ready yet. The Kaimana works, but you have to code, and you got to be an Arduino to do it. You can use Brightstick. Freecade.org. That's a little tool I made to help generate your code. But what do you mean there's no sound? I see plenty of sound. Anyone else not hearing me? That'd be weird for it to just cut out like that all of a sudden. So that's an option, but I don't really like that option because not a lot of people want to code, and then it's a lot of support, and unfortunately the support out there is not, I don't know, it's been a while. I don't want to say anything, so Those are your options. You got the Kaimana. There you go. Or you can gen up something yourself if you're handy like that. But anyways, so yeah, so here's the that's what's on the agenda for the Versus Sticks. We're gonna do those first. We're gonna do the hitbox. We're gonna do the Type N panels for them. Probably get those out, like I said, into the production queue tomorrow for the samples. Mate one up, make sure it's good to go, and then we're off to the races making these things, so we're gonna be good. And it's really kind of important that we get them done, because I have so many of these sticks that I need to work on and convert and upgrade, that it just makes sense to make the panels, because I'm gonna end up being my biggest customer, I think, for them. So whatever. Anyways, so yeah. I think that's where we're going to leave it for tonight. Hope you guys, this was not meant to be a super informative or, super in-depth stream tonight. Just, again, wanted to verify all my settings and tweaks and things, go live and just make sure everything worked, show off my super sweet new mod mat here, and then get at least one of these things open and show you kind of what I got on the agenda for panels coming in the next couple weeks. I know a lot of people have been asking about the super secret project I keep alluding to on Twitter and Instagram. I don't know that I'm ready to show it off, but how about I give you a hint? Because I've worked on this on and off. Whoops. I've worked on this on and off for a couple of years, believe it or not, and I think... when I moved here, I just realized I needed this more than anything, so I was going to at least make it for myself, and we'll just do that right there. That's all you get. How about this? And... yep, there you go. That's all you get. I want to make custom panels, but have no idea... use as a panel. Went to Home Depot, something, but no. Yeah, so I don't work in wood. I only do metal. Metal's better than wood in every way, so that's why I deal with it. I don't know what to tell you. Sorry. Okay, so there you go. That's the stream for today. Hopefully you guys had some fun and get hyped about some of the things we got coming out. As always, you can support this channel, the streams, whatever, by liking me on Facebook, facebook.com/JasonsCustoms. Follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/JasonsCustoms. Check me out on Instagram, instagram.com/JasonsCustoms. And subscribe to me on YouTube, /user/AngryJason. Jason's Customs wasn't available. They won't let me change my name. So, until next time, check me out, support the site, jasonscustoms.com. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.
he's got you hanging from his knees, bleeding as he's screaming on the roof. Finally, I found some room to breathe, wrapped around your finger. Can't stop, I got plans for us. I got a fix and I need a rush. It's not time, but I'm pumping
gives them a satisfaction they couldn't get any other way.